Shocking truth. 5 foods silently destroying your sex life. A warning for Americans over 50. Are you over 50 and starting to feel your sex life gradually fading? You're not alone. In the United States, more than 30 million adults, mostly over the age of 50, are facing issues such as declining libido, erectile dysfunction, or a sense of disconnection during intimacy with their partner. It might seem like just a hormonal issue or simply aging, but the reality is far more serious. Your everyday diet could be the silent culprit, weakening your hormones, damaging blood vessels, and gradually degenerating your sexual nervous system. According to US-based research, there are at least 5 extremely common foods in the American diet that are causing serious harm to sexual health, especially among middle-aged and older adults. These seemingly harmless foods can send testosterone levels plummeting, weaken the testes, stiffen arteries, and slowly erase your sense of sexual excitement. Let me tell you the story of Jack, 64 years old, living in suburban Chicago. He used to be a cheerful, athletic, and healthy man, but after retirement, he let his diet slip. Pastries, deli meats, microwave popcorn every evening while watching basketball, and a little alcohol on the weekends. Within just 2 years, he began to feel drained, emotionally disconnected from his partner, and quietly started avoiding physical intimacy. When he saw a doctor, the diagnosis was clear. His hormone system was rapidly declining. His testicles showed signs of mild damage, and his genital blood vessels were beginning to harden. All of it traced back to repeated daily consumption of the wrong foods. If you're 50 or older, and you don't want to lose your desire, vitality, and connection in the bedroom, watch this video all the way through. I'll reveal the 5 foods that are silently wrecking the sex lives of people over 50 in America, along with scientifically backed, effective alternatives you can start using today. And if you truly care about your physical and emotional health during midlife, don't forget to subscribe to 50 Plus Health Guardian right now. We're here to help you live strong, live happy, and never lose your masculine confidence or feminine allure, even at 50, 60, or beyond. 1. Refined sugar, the silent killer of testosterone and desire. The first food, and arguably the most common offender in the daily diet of Americans over 50, is refined sugar. You may not even notice it, but refined sugar is everywhere. In white bread, cookies, pastries, chips, sodas, even so-called diet foods are often loaded with hidden sugars. The problem is, when you consume too much sugar, especially after 50, your body enters a state of chronic low-grade inflammation. That's when your reproductive system begins to quietly deteriorate. A 2021 U.S. study found that men who consumed high-sugar beverages had impaired testicular function, lower sperm count, and decreased testosterone levels, the hormone that fuels male vitality and desire. And it's not just men who are affected. In women over 50, elevated blood sugar combined with chronic inflammation from pastries, fried foods, and processed meals can disrupt sex hormones and reduce the brain's ability to feel arousal or pleasure. In other words, your body may be healthy, but your emotions and desire have vanished. Have you ever felt like you're just not in the mood anymore? It's not because you no longer love your partner. It could be that your diet is slowly eroding the part of your brain that controls pleasure and sexual response. The worst part? This decline happens gradually and silently, and most Americans over 50 have no idea. They continue drinking zero-sugar sodas and eating low-fat cookies without realizing that hidden sugar is killing their intimacy. But here's the good news. You can change this easily. Instead of refined sugar, try these natural alternatives: pure honey, dates or raisins for sweetness, natural cinnamon or vanilla extract for flavor. Additionally, increase your intake of fiber-rich vegetables, whole grains, and plant-based proteins to help stabilize blood sugar and allow your body to naturally boost testosterone and estrogen production. Just reducing refined sugar for 3 to 4 weeks has helped many people feel a noticeable improvement in energy, emotions, and connection with their partner. So if you're trying to regain your vitality, your connection, and your confidence in the bedroom, the first step might be surprisingly simple. Cut back on sugar. Because sugar doesn't just cause weight gain. It steals your hormones, your emotions, and the intimate joy you truly deserve after 50. Part 2. Fried foods. The crispy trap that destroys hormones and sperm. If there's one crispy and irresistible food that silently destroys your sexual health after age 50, it's fried foods loaded with oil and fat. From fried chicken and French fries to donuts and snacks, these all share one dangerous component: trans fats. And here's what you need to know. Trans fats not only raise bad cholesterol, LDL, and lower good cholesterol, HDL, they also cause blockages in blood vessels, including those that supply your reproductive organs. What does that mean? The more fried foods you eat, the more restricted the blood flow becomes to the penis or genital region, leading to a gradual decline in erectile function. For women, poor circulation can result in reduced sensitivity, vaginal dryness, and difficulty reaching climax. According to a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, individuals who consume large amounts of fried foods face a significantly higher risk of sexual dysfunction, especially those over 50. But that's not all. Many fried foods also contain a compound called acrylamide, which forms when starchy foods are fried at high temperatures. Acrylamide is not only a carcinogen, but has also been proven to weaken sperm quality in men, affecting fertility and overall hormonal health. What makes things worse for people over 50 is that liver function declines significantly with age. When your liver can no longer efficiently process the oil, fat, and toxins from fried foods, inflammation builds up, and your sex hormones become disrupted. The result? Decreased testosterone, increased visceral fat, reduced sexual desire, gradual loss of stamina in the bedroom, so subtle you may not even notice it. If you've ever thought, "I only eat fries a couple of times a week, no big deal," remember this. After 50, your body doesn't recover like it did at 30. Even small repeated mistakes can lead to big consequences. So what's the solution? You don't have to give up that crispy texture, you just need to change how you prepare your food. Use an air fryer, bake at lower temperatures, cook with small amounts of extra virgin olive oil or avocado oil. Prioritize steaming, boiling, or quick sautéing with healthy oils instead of deep frying. And remember, true attraction doesn't come from a crispy crust. It comes from hormone balance, vitality, and inner control. Cut back on deep-fried foods, and you'll be protecting your hormones, your blood vessels, and your confidence in the bedroom after 50. Part 3. Alcohol. The illusion of desire that robs you of performance. There's a paradox many people in midlife don't realize. Alcohol may help you get started faster, but it's also what causes you to shut down sooner than expected. At age 50 and beyond, many believe that a glass of wine or a few beers can help them relax, feel more aroused, and improve intimacy. But if you're relying on that, even just a few times a week, you may be handing over your hormonal balance to a silent saboteur. Here's the truth. Alcohol disrupts the neuroendocrine reproductive axis. Drinking too much reduces testosterone production in men while increasing estrogen, the female hormone, causing the male body to lose its edge, fire, and sexual confidence. And if you've ever felt out of control or unable to maintain an erection after drinking, that's not a coincidence. It's a sign of damage. It's not just men who suffer. In women over 50, Alcohol affects the brain region that regulates desire, dulls sexual sensitivity, and causes hormonal imbalances in estrogen and progesterone, which quickly dull the body's natural arousal response. Research shows men who abuse alcohol are 3 times more likely to be infertile than those who don't drink. Alcohol is toxic to sperm. It reduces both sperm count and quality, and can cause genetic mutations. In women, alcohol accelerates egg degeneration and thins the uterine lining, reducing the body's readiness for intimacy and closeness. Worse still, alcohol tricks the brain, making you think you're turned on, when in reality your nervous system is suppressed, your reflexes are slowing, and the muscles involved in intimacy are moving sluggishly and with poor coordination. If you've ever thought, a few drinks on the weekend won't hurt, remember this: after 50, your liver has lost nearly 30% of its detox capacity. Every drink becomes a gamble on your hormones, your sperm, and your ability to feel aroused. So what can you do? You don't have to give up alcohol entirely, but you must limit it to safe levels. Men, no more than 1 drink per day. Women, no more than 1-2 drink per day, and never drink before or during intimacy. Instead, try beverages that support circulation and hormone health, such as pomegranate juice, ginger turmeric tea, water infused with lemon slices, and mint. Remember, real attraction doesn't come from being tipsy. It comes from control, clarity, and authentic energy from within. Cut back on alcohol, protect your hormones, and you'll rediscover the connection, emotion, and bedroom confidence you deserve after 50. Part 4. Microwave popcorn, the sweet trap that shrinks testosterone. If you're looking for a snack that's quick, convenient, and tasty to enjoy each evening while watching a movie, you might be aiming at the wrong target. Microwave popcorn, seemingly harmless, is actually one of the leading culprits of hormonal disruption and testosterone decline in people over 50. Sounds hard to believe? But it's been scientifically proven. The problem doesn't lie in the corn itself. The issue is with the oil coating and non-stick chemicals inside the microwave popcorn bag, which are often made from a group of chemicals called PFCs, perfluorinated compounds. Researchers in the U.S. have shown that PFCs can disrupt male hormonal balance, reduce testosterone production, decrease sperm count, and directly affect arousal, desire, and bedroom performance. A 2019 study analyzing blood samples and dietary habits of thousands of Americans revealed people who consumed microwave popcorn daily for more than a year had PFAS levels in their blood up to 63% higher than average. PFAS, previously classified as a type of PFC, not only lingers in the body for years, but also affects the reproductive system, gradually reducing sexual health over time. After age 50, your body naturally starts producing less testosterone. If you keep adding hormone-disrupting chemicals from microwave popcorn, it's like pouring fuel on the fire. And it's not just men. In women, PFCs are also linked to estrogen imbalance, late-onset menstrual irregularities, vaginal dryness, and a significant drop in sexual desire. It's scary how a seemingly harmless habit can completely change your sex life and emotional intimacy in just a few months. So what's the solution? You don't need to give up popcorn. You just need to ditch the industrial bags and return to a more traditional, healthier method. Buy organic, non-GMO popcorn kernels. Use a small pot and a bit of extra virgin olive oil or coconut oil. Sprinkle with cinnamon, unsweetened cocoa powder, or garlic powder instead of artificial butter and processed salt. Simple, right? But behind that simplicity lies a powerful shift for your reproductive system, your brain, and your intimate life after 50. Because in the end, you don't eat just to fill your mouth. You eat to nourish your hormones, sustain passion, and preserve a real connection with your partner. Part 5. Fatty red meat and processed meats. The blockage in your love life. If you're over 50 and still believe eating red meat daily is a symbol of strength and masculinity, you might want to listen closely, because the truth may surprise. Fatty red meat, and especially processed meats, are silently clogging your sexual blood vessels, reducing desire, and causing erectile dysfunction in men, while also decreasing blood flow and sensation in women. Why? First, fatty red meats like marbled beef, pork belly, sausages, and burgers are loaded with saturated fats, which raise bad cholesterol, LDL, and lead to plaque buildup in your arteries. When this happens in arteries supplying the heart, you risk a heart attack. But when it happens in arteries supplying the genitals, you'll face issues in the bedroom simply because blood isn't flowing enough to trigger natural sexual responses. That's why, according to statistics, over 70% of men with erectile dysfunction between ages 50-70 also suffer from cardiovascular problems. But it gets worse. Processed meats like deli slices, sausages, bacon, ham, and pepperoni may be convenient and flavorful. But they're packed with sodium and preservatives like nitrites and nitrates, which raise blood pressure, burden the kidneys, and most importantly, narrow blood vessels and reduce their elasticity. You might think, I eat that and feel fine. But the problem is, after 50, your blood vessels naturally lose flexibility. And each time you eat processed meats, you're shortening the lifespan of your sex life. In women, reduced blood circulation in the genital area can lead to vaginal dryness, diminished sensation, and a loss of emotional connection during intimacy, even when love is still present. See, sex isn't just about hormones. It's also about blood flow, nerve sensitivity, and emotional subtlety. And fatty red meat and processed meats are quietly destroying all three. So what can you do? You don't need to go vegan or quit meat entirely. But you should. Cut back on fatty red meat, prioritize lean cuts, and limit to 2-3 times per week. Eliminate processed deli meats from your daily meals. Replace them with salmon, skinless chicken breast, lentils, organic soy, organic eggs, or nutrient-rich nuts. And most importantly, combine your diet with light daily exercise to boost blood flow and maintain flexibility in your sexual blood vessels. Because when your blood flows well, your hormones stay balanced, and your emotions stay grounded. Your intimacy after 50 doesn't just survive, it thrives. Conclusion and call to action. So we've just covered 5 familiar but extremely dangerous foods that are silently destroying the sex lives of millions of Americans over 50. Refined sugar lowers testosterone, causes inflammation, kills emotional intimacy. Fried foods clog sexual blood vessels, reduce sexual function. Alcohol tricks desire, then destroys hormones and testicular health. Microwave popcorn packed with chemicals that disrupt hormones and shrink testosterone. Fatty red meat and processed meats raise blood pressure, stiffen blood vessels, and rob both men and women of responsiveness in the bedroom. You may have thought, it's probably just aging, or that part of life doesn't matter anymore. But the truth is, sexual health is not a privilege of youth. It's a vital part of happiness, connection, and quality of life, even at 50, 60, or 70. And the good news? You don't need expensive medications or invasive procedures. By simply changing what you put into your body each day, you can refresh your hormones, restore your circulation, and reignite intimacy from the inside out. You deserve a sex life that's healthy, connected, and fulfilling, not just for yourself, but to preserve closeness, joy, and confidence in every relationship during midlife and beyond. And if you're looking for more reliable, easy to understand, and practical knowledge to take care of your health naturally as you age, subscribe to 50 Plus Health Guardian today. We're here to help you live strong, live happy, and stay deeply connected, no matter how old you are. Because real quality of life doesn't stop at 50. It's just getting started. Welcome to 50 Plus Health Guardian, where you don't just live longer, but live better.